All right, we are live. Welcome to Hot Jobs at HireMilitary. We're keeping you on your toes this week because I think y'all are used to Olivia by now being the host. I am not Olivia, but we do have our Recruiting Rockstars, Lucy and Kate, and they have some incredible opportunities for our transitioning service members, veterans, and military spouses, including some fully remote ones. So stay tuned. There's a lot of cool stuff coming out today that you want to hear about. But to get started, if you're a transitioning service member, veteran, mil spouse, tag yourself. Let us know where you're coming from or where you're at, and our team would love to connect. Lucy, we're going to start with you today. We have a bunch of positions to get through, and happy to have you walk us through them. Let's start with multiple roles in Gordonsville, Virginia. We're talking about machine operators and customer service.
We are indeed, Paul. It's lovely to see you. I know that you and Kate have been doing this thing for the last week or so, but I'm glad to be with you today. So we have a great client in Gordonsville, Virginia. Our contact there is actually prior active duty Army herself, so she totally gets it. And as a result, she really wants to leverage and increase the demographic of prior military active duty or spouses within their organization. So who are they? They are a global manufacturer of sustainable and recyclable plastic films and high barrier protective packaging. Say that again. I don't think I could. And they have quite a few machine operator positions that don't require huge amounts of experience, so would be perfect for people who are transitioning or separating after their first enlistment. In addition, they have customer service positions in their corporate offices there. So that's Gordonsville, Virginia, fairly near Charlottesville. So if you are moving in and around that area, definitely get in touch with either Kate or me, and we'd be really happy to talk you through those roles.
That's great. I mean, that's a little bit of both, right? You have something in the corporate world and something a little more hands-on.
Exactly. Something for everyone.
Okay, well, how about we talk about your next role? Looks like we have a capture manager and proposal manager. Talk to me more about that one.
Well, there's a theme going on here. So our client there, this is a data science and it's a really impressive company, actually, data science and cyber company based out of Maryland. But our contact there, again, is prior active duty Army. These specific roles are for anyone with the right experience. However, he created them with the military spouse in mind. His wife followed him around for many years. And so as a result, now that he's in one place and he's got his stake in the ground there in Maryland, he wanted to create opportunities for other military spouses. And when we say opportunities, we mean career type roles, not just sort of jobs. So the proposal role, it really does require at least 2 years of government proposal management experience. The capture manager one, around 3 years, give or take, of working in contracts, business development, and government procurement. You don't have to be a mil spouse to apply, but definitely we are looking for people in the military affiliated world. So transitioning service members, our vets, or our mil spouses.
That's excellent. And it seems like even if you've had just one enlistment, 2-3 years, that's easily possible. With that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the biggest thing to say is, Kate and I have been working with these clients for a while now. They often write their job descriptions with the civilian in mind. But when we come to talk to them, there's lots of things that we can check off the list that aren't non-negotiables. They understand that our demographic, the skill set of our demographic and the experience is different. So there definitely is some flexibility in the type of candidate that we can present to them.
That's awesome. I mean, the more flexibility, obviously, the better with our community. We're talking about people coming from all sorts of places and different levels of experience, and it just helps to be flexible.
It does. And I think the biggest thing in terms of flexibility here is he understands that a spouse can't always commit to full-time hours, which is just phenomenal because of our unique personal circumstances. So these roles can actually be part all full-time, just depending on your environment and your circumstance.
Very good. If you're interested in that position, let's be sure to reach out for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we have a third position that we're going to talk about today. We have a communications and marketing director.
So this is a really senior type role, definitely sings to somebody who is transitioning out after retirement, but sort of a serious 25-year career, or they have already transitioned, are a vet, and have had some DoD experience post active duty. So this position is based out of Alexandria in Virginia. It's not a remote one. However, there is a slight degree of flexibility in terms of hybrid working from home. But really what they're looking for is at least 10 years of experience with planning, developing, executing, and assessing comprehensive strategic comms, marketing, and ad campaigns for federal government programs, but specifically with the VA. So they're really looking for somebody who's had all of that experience, but especially with the Department of Veterans Affairs. That's with a really modern consulting firm. They are focused really on human experience, digital services, and business transformation. Their roles can be remote a lot of the time, but this one specifically, because of the client base, is out of Virginia.
Right, and it seems like if it's being affiliated with Veterans Affairs, right, you have to have some sort of boots on the ground presence, if you will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about our fourth position here. We have an operations manager in Las Vegas.
Kate and I love this position. This is just the most exciting role for somebody transitioning out at retirement. So senior NCO, officer, you name it, doesn't really matter. Again, a theme for the third client in the row. Our contact there is prior active duty, again, Army. This one's in Vegas, and it's actually really near Nellis Air Force Base, just to give people an idea of where it is. Because of the position, it's not remote, it's actually in a warehouse there in Vegas for a company that is really leading the way in terms of tech out there. What we are looking for, though, is somebody with a significant amount of logistics experience. And I think that really needs to be highlighted. They have got a lot of moving parts there. It's definitely a leadership type role, but it really sings to that senior NCO or that transitioning, separating, retiring officer who has done a large element of logistics in their military career. And I think most active duty can say that they have. It's just the way that you position it on your resume. But that definitely is a really stellar position for people transitioning out at the moment.
I'm glad you highlighted that at the end because, like you said, most, if not all, military service members can say that they have some degree of logistics experience. But yes, please highlight it on your resume. And I'm just going to make a small plug. Follow Kate and Lucy on LinkedIn because they're always sharing tips, best practices on how you can get your resume to the top of the pile, how to best highlight yourself to the employer. She's sharing a little bit now, but I promise you, if you go on LinkedIn and look at their posts, they're going to teach you a few tips and tricks for sure.
Absolutely. And anybody can reach out to me at any time. Anybody who's worked with me so far knows that I have a great email. Well, I think it's great. It's called Formula for Targeting Your Resume. I'm very happy to share that information with anybody and everybody. So, tag yourself below, drop me or Kate a DM, and we would be happy to send that to you.
That's awesome. Just a reminder to our audience, if you have any questions, just leave them in the chats. We're going to go through right after our broadcast and make sure you get answers to all your questions. We're happy to connect with you. I'm going to pivot a little bit. We're going to go to Kate. And now we're going to share some additional opportunities. I think the first one is an audit manager, and this is one of our remote roles.
Yes, thank you so much, Paul. Like Lucy, I'm really excited to be here, share some amazing opportunities we have with our clients. And yes, I'll start with our audit manager role. This is a really exciting position that we have opening up just this week, and it's with a global consulting company. And this just isn't one role. We're filling multiple vacancies for this client. So we would love to see everyone and anyone that is interested and has the relevant experience. In this audit manager role, you'll be a senior manager and a member of the FMNC, which is Financial Management and Comptroller Technical Team. You'll be supporting the General Audit Support Group, conducting audit facilitation and audit remediation efforts specifically within the Army. So that is why this opportunity is really exciting, because we are looking for E8s, O3s and above with budget management experience that have recent and relevant experience within operations element, developing, publishing, monitoring, orders implementation at the battalion or higher levels. So if you are a master sergeant, captain or above that has been doing budgeting throughout your unit, this is exactly the type of role for you, because they're looking for people that have that experience within the Army specifically. They do need someone with master's degree. If that's in accounting, finance, IT, or just business management, that is ideal. And they do need to have an active clearance or eligibility to obtain one.
Okay, great. So, I mean, it looks like, with that type of role, it's specific to business management and finance, kind of mid-level officer, senior enlisted. I'm sure within those demographics, you're doing a lot of that work already, financial management.
Yes.
Yeah.
You would be someone that is specifically doing that currently, and you're transitioning, or if you've done it, within the recent past, maybe if it was the last 1 or 2 jobs that you held within the Army, that is exactly the person we're looking for.
That's awesome. Go Army. I'm an Army as well. So
Same here.
Oh boy. Okay. Our second role that you're going to highlight here is a software developer, and this is also remote.
Yes. So this is another great remote option that we have. We actually have 2 software developer positions currently on our careers page. I'll go over the first one. It's a principal software engineer. That's how you'll see it listed on our careers page. This person, we're looking for a software engineer who's responsible for all the technical aspects of software solutions running on a proprietary analytics platform. This will include architecture, design, and implementation review. So this person, they're ideally looking for someone that's really passionate about working on state-of-the-art technologies, trends like AWS, big data platforms, and modern web development. This is exactly the type of role for you. They do need someone with 7 years of experience in software development, that has experience and has successfully scaled large web application projects. And as far as the technical aspects, they need someone with 5 years of development using Angular, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, Node.js, or other related technologies. So again, if you are interested in that type of specific role of software development as a principal software engineer, please look into this role. Even tag yourself in the chats right now, and we'll be sure to reach out to you on that role specifically.
Yeah, that's a great tip. Actually, if in this session you're like, man, I'm really interested in this particular role, just mention it in the comment. That way, when we all go back through it, right? Yeah, we know what we're going to talk about right away. That's great.
Exactly. So let me get into the next software developer role.
Yeah.
The second software developer role we have is with a company that delivers solutions that connects government agencies to citizens, consumers to brands, employees to technology, and leaders to new ways of doing business. So this is a very large company. They are looking for a software developer that has about 3 years of web development experience. They're wanting someone that has front-end experience and is really familiar with JavaScript, Node.js, and frameworks such as React, Angular, or Vue. And then that person also ideally would have back-end development experience with Java and/or Kotlin, Scala, and Python. So again, if you are interested in that specific software development role, please just tag yourself software developer in the comments, and I'll definitely reach out to you. Or you can go on their careers page, which we will mention later on as well, to see the full job description and more about the role.
Yeah, that's perfect. I mean, IT, look, let's admit it. Software IT, cloud computing, software as a service. All of that's just going to continue to grow.
Yes.
It's one of the hottest in demand industries. Tons of opportunities here for our community.
And these roles are, they do require experience, but there's going to be growth within the organizations as well. So there's definitely room for that, room for promotion, room for exploring different avenues within your specific field within these roles. So while they do require experience, there's tons of opportunities for growth.
That's so cool. I'm excited about it. Okay, we have another one, again, remote. It's a full stack developer. So tell me more about that one.
Yes, on the IT trend, we continue with the full stack developer role. This is a fully remote opportunity as well. And this company, oh goodness, this is an amazing company. They're working on a really, really impressive platform that specifically serves the military community in delivering a new standard of behavioral health care for sleep disorders. And we were actually talking about it internally. I feel like this affects everyone within the military, whether you're a spouse or active duty and you've had sleep issues or whatnot. You could be at the front end of developing a really amazing platform that could serve our community. So if you are a full stack developer that has experience working in environments that use Node.js, ES6, TypeScript, REST, and a modern component-based framework type like Angular, 2+ Vue or React, this is a perfect role for you. They're a hugely innovative entrepreneurial company. They are a startup. So if you are really excited about working with a fast-paced, dynamic team, and really excited about getting in at the ground level and building something, then this is exactly the role for you. They're a very ambitious, mission-driven company, obviously very focused on the quality of their product, as they have the providers using the platform and the end service client, which is our military members as well. So that's a really great opportunity. Again, just type full stack developer and we'll reach out directly to you about this job.
I think one of the things that I like right away from what you just described is that it seems like it's very tied to a purpose that's directly connected to our community.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
And that's so important.
It is. It's really exciting. And, not being a developer or software engineer myself, I know that there's so many technical intricacies of work.
Yeah.
But knowing that at the other end of what you're building and what you're developing is someone being like seriously impacted by your work, I think would be really motivating and inspiring. So that's why we were so excited to have this client come on and be able to share this opportunity.
No doubt about it. That's cool.
It is.
All right. Well, we have one more.
Yes.
And we'll talk about skilled mechanics and technicians.
So we have, I think, probably upwards of close to 7 or 8 roles within this certain client here. And we are looking for, like it says, skilled mechanics and technicians. So if you have a background in civil engineering, radar, aircraft, vehicle, generator maintenance, or within the nuclear career fields, any and all of types of MOSs that would have worked on or been associated with those types of things, these are the roles for you. If you are searching for a job that can directly use those technical mechanical skill sets that you've acquired and sharpened during your time in the service, this is exactly what you're looking for. And we would love to be able to place you in one of these roles. This company specifically is a leading global water technology, and they're really dedicated to solving the world's most challenging water issues. They're a really innovative company, and you'll be working on some of these really modern technologies. So these roles, some of the titles that you'll see on our careers page are going to be electrical monitoring and controls technician, test technician, mobile diesel technician, mobile electric technician, and service shop diesel technician. So if any of those roles are of interest to you, or if any of the skill sets that I mentioned earlier are you, please just type yourself in the comments, say, hey, I'm a generator mechanic, or type your MOS, I was a vehicle maintenance mechanic, whatever. And we will reach out to you specifically to get you more information on these roles. As far as location goes, we have locations nationwide with this employer: San Diego, Mira Loma, Edison, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and 2 different locations in South Carolina as well. So really, no matter where you're looking to transition to, if you are within these types of skill sets and you'd love to continue doing that work in the civilian sector, we can find you a role with this organization. So we'd really love to be able to place you.
No doubt. I mean, those locations sound like they're near, almost all of them are near big military installations. So
yes,
that helps too. All right. Well, one last reminder, we said it a couple times, but if you're interested in any of these positions, be sure to tag yourself in the chats. Somebody from our team will connect with you right after this broadcast. We're going to go through it.
Absolutely.
And then most importantly, we got to figure out, how do you apply to these positions?
Yes. So let me walk you guys through just a little bit of exactly what you can do and what will make you successful when applying for these roles. The first thing that you can do is go to HireMilitary.us, scroll down to search jobs, and that's where you'll find all of our job postings. Okay, so once you're there, dig in, find that role we mentioned today, or peruse the others, see if there's something else that's really interesting to you as well. Then just read the full job description. We give a little bit about the company itself, what you're going to be doing in that role, the responsibilities, and then we'll have the basic qualifications section. This is exactly where you need to look to see if your experiences, your skills, your education, your background aligns with this role. And that is really important because when you apply, we have specific questions that we ask that are tailored to those basic requirements. And so we'll be asking you yes, no, or to fill in kind of where you fit and where you align. So please look over that, tailor your resume to specifically speak to those job description responsibilities, to those basic requirements, so that we can see, yes, you are the person we want for this role. Yes, we want to talk to you. Yes, we want to move you forward to our client. That's the best way to put yourself on paper, and for us to see that is really tailoring your resume and being open and honest about your skills and your experiences. So please, again, go to HireMilitary.us, search jobs, and you can find the full job descriptions on every role we've mentioned and more that we have currently available. That's
a great summary. I mean, the .us, that's very important, of course.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and just a quick plug. We all can see the potential in the candidates, right? Even if the resume is not tailored at first, we're like, okay, I know this person can do this, but tailoring your resume is so key because we know you can do it, but we need to make sure that it's tailored so that we can tell the employer that you can do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the biggest thing, and I say this every single time I'm on LinkedIn, is when you are submitting your resume to us, you have to instill the same level of confidence in the reader who knows nothing about you, has never met you, that you can perform and do the job and you have the skills, experience and qualifications that you as the applicant have in yourself. Nobody presses apply generally on a role that they have got no idea or don't want to do. There's always a level of interest and a level of experience. So you just need to take a look at your resume and ensure that you have detailed your experience in the way that the job or the position description has written it out, so that we can really do sort of, a 2-year-old, 5-year-olds matching pairs game. We're looking for this, you've got this. And if you are concerned about that or don't quite know how to do it, reach out to us on LinkedIn first of all. We are so happy to have a chat before you submit your resume so that we can guide you. But going back to what you said, if we see a candidate that we think, oh, they definitely have it, but they look like they have the experience, but they haven't quite written X, Y, and Z, we'll still reach out to you anyway and have that conversation and work with you to create a resume that really does sing your praises and is more indicative of who you are and what you're capable of doing. So, there is definitely a consultative approach there. It's not a you send it, we don't consider it, you get it put in the reject pile. We do generally tend to contact most candidates if they've got something that we can see we can work with.
Absolutely. And I just want to mention as well that Lucy and I look over every single application personally. We read every personal summary that you put into the applications. We look at every single resume. And so if there is a gap or there is something that you're like, hey, I don't have this X qualification, your personal summary is a great place to explain it. Say, I'm really interested in this role, X, Y, and Z. I might be lacking here, but I think I can offer this. Utilize it. Utilize that personal summary piece. Help us understand who you are so that we can move you forward if it's a match.
That's all awesome information. And I love the approach that we have here at HireMilitary. And it's wonderful that these are afforded to not only currently serving, but military veterans and mil spouses too. So I appreciate you both coming on today to Hot Jobs. A lot of wonderful opportunities, and I know you both are excited to get some more candidates presented to your company. So thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us. It's been amazing. Thank you, Paul.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All righty. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Take care.
Bye.